You have a spot for your phone.
It's the same on both sides. It's a little witch jar. Okay.
What?
What's the line? What's the line? You're like, oh yes, he got my racks. That's what you're like. I was like, she gonna eat these up. They're glowing and they got salt. She's like, oh, I was gonna use that for my cauldron. What's it called?
It's called a cauldron.
Looks, why you know that? Witch.
Whatever. Whatever.
What up? I'm Z.
Actually, I'm Z.
I was Z first.
It doesn't matter. We're here to spill some tea, and if you don't want to hear our tea, then deuces.
Deuces is the name of the show. Well, let's get into the tea. So, Diddy. The video surfaced, and I watched the video. I'm not going to play the video because the video made me want to, like, hunt Diddy down and, like, just try to make him feel what he inflicted and then like multiply it, which, you know, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People were scrutinizing his apology. Do you feel like it was a sincere apology? Do you feel like it's a I'm sorry apology? I got caught apology? Yeah.
I feel like who is even on his team? Because why did he even say anything? That didn't help.
Like his publicist or whatever?
Yes, his PR, that did not help. All it did was make it worse. He never acknowledged who he was apologizing to. He didn't apologize to Cassie.
No names.
He was just like, damn, I'm caught. I'm sorry. I was in my low time. When he put that little release out before when she did the lawsuit, oh, this is a manhunt. This is a money grab. Meanwhile, he was kicking her in the face while she was laying on the ground. It's crazy.
Who released that? And it's just like, even if that was a man, she's not even moving, not fighting back.
Just laying there.
It's like what are you doing? Like a dead log. Like why? And to say, oh, it was a dark time. And I watched it, right? And the way he was talking was as if like he already atoned for it.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it was a tough time for me. I grew, I worked on it. And it's like, you know what? If all that was true, then you kind of would have said something when it was allegations.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't have addressed it like they were allegations.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were like, these are allegations.
Right.
So now, even if you are sincere, well, it doesn't seem like that because this is
He's not sincere though. There's no sincerity.
After the stuff is like came out. And it's like on top of all the other things that's going on with you. So it's just kind of like,
it's giving he did it. All of it. Everything that has been alleged over the years, which I just watched a whole long video on that on somebody else's podcast. And they started from the beginning, and I didn't even know.
We're not going to plug other people's podcasts on this podcast. No, go ahead.
I didn't even know all the things. There's so many things that he just, I don't know, he real close to it. So I'm going to go ahead and say he guilty. He did it all. But is he going to get caught and have to pay for it? Probably not.
Because they're saying it's past the statute.
Well, for the Cassie situation, for sure.
But it's still kind of like jacked up. Like, look. Well, I guess he already settled out of court. But it's kind of like still, you obviously feel like you're untouchable. You know what I'm talking about? I know you mentioned God. And it's like the pride goeth before destruction. It's like Saul. Like you feel like you get to a point and now this is like what the scripture is talking about when it says destruction, pride. Because now you feel like you're untouchable. Now you feel like, well, what else can I get away with?
Right.
What else can I do? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, the fact that the hotel was even on board to take the money to not release that footage is also wild to me.
That's what happened?
Nobody, yes.
So there was an investigation and they couldn't get the footage?
There wasn't an investigation, but he knew that he just knocked her out in a hotel hallway. So he had to go pay them off, like, to get rid of that footage. And allegedly, it's not like he destroyed it. He kept it. Like, you rewatching it? Like, what did you keep it for?
Yeah. Let's talk about look. Look what I did to her. Or probably playing for like, look, remember this?
Right.
Don't make me go back. You made
Even
me do
more
this.
abuse.
Probably how he was doing that, man. It's giving Robert vibes, man. Because it was the same thing. You have a team behind you that's covering up your tracks. So it's almost,
which is crazy to me.
He the first? It was how long? Like how deep is the rabbit hole?
Like all those people, like there's enough money. There's not enough money in the world to make me just like hide that for somebody. I don't care who you are. And I'm sure they've probably seen him make people disappear, allegedly, maybe. But it's just like, that's just wild to me. All those people, nobody said anything. And now security guards and stuff are like apologizing to her. Like,
what does security guards say?
Save it. I didn't even watch it. I just saw, oh, Diddy's former bodyguard apologize. I didn't even watch it. Because please.
Former? He obviously kept his mouth shut. So why is he former? He quit? Couldn't take it no more?
I don't know. I didn't watch. I didn't care. Because I'm just like, out of all those people, nobody said. And then for the hotel to just be like, all right, we'll take this $50K. And not. Is it like.
Well, here's a question. Because for me, outside looking in, it's like nobody cares about this girl, innocent. Even if you don't think she's innocent, it's all like, who deserves that as a person? And then look at the poundage. All right. Look at this man who's big, running out in a towel. So he didn't care about that. So then let's just imagine how many times worse it must be when you don't see what's going on.
Right.
And you see that. And it's like, aren't you paid? If you're security staff, you take some kind of an oath to like uphold justice. And then that's not happening. Here's a question. If you're presented where it's like you're struggling, let's say you've been praying, it's like, man, I just need something. I'm at my wit's end. I'm trying to do the right thing. I just need a break. And then something like that happens, and $50K is being broken out to everybody who's keeping quiet. Then what do you do in that situation? It's all like, tell you what I'm this gonna do. Can feed my family for a long time.
If it's $50K and we not signing no contract, I'm gonna do both.
You know they signed it. Come on now.
If there's no NDA involved, I'm gonna do both.
$50K, there's gonna be.
If there's an NDA involved, I can't work at that hotel no more, and I gotta go say something. Did you see how he kicked her?
I saw it.
Like, but granted, the hotel is probably so fancy. It's not like all the staff saw it. There's probably a dedicated team. That's not that many people who review the footage or whatever.
Right, because they like get like the whole floor.
Right.
So he probably like had the whole floor to himself.
Right.
Maybe it should be like, you're abusing your privilege, Mr. Combs. So we're no longer going to let you have the whole floor because we don't subscribe to this type of debauchery.
Or just don't even let him come back to the hotel.
No, you can bring your money back here. But you ain't going to be doing that here. You're probably obviously going to still do this. I'm sure. Because if you're doing it at a hotel in the public, who knows what you do
in the
at
hallway.
That house. But we're not going to give you the whole floor anymore because this is ridiculous. So what would you say in conclusion? I mean, this isn't the conclusion of the Diddy saga, but in conclusion of the Cassie situation, like what would you say? What do you think ought to happen to Diddy?
30 million definitely wasn't enough, but I'm glad she at least got some money for her pain and suffering.
She got 30 million?
30 million.
That's more she made in her musical career, right? Like she made.
What?
That's what she made, like she was making music.
Did Cassie make 30 million when she was making music?
That's what I'm saying. That's more than she's made like in her
100%
whole career. I
feel bad for her. She didn't deserve that, but let's be real about her music.
Talk about dropping hits.
Now, I've been waiting. Come on, I make a move. That's the only song I know from her.
No, she has another one featured, and she's featuring Sierra and Nicki Minaj.
I think that's the same song.
I think that's the same. Well, I mean, it's not the hit she wants to get paid from.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a good. I mean,
she got paid from a hit.
I was bopping to it, but it's not like she was like
the hit she got from Diddy is the hit she got paid for, but not the hits musically. Is it too soon?
Too soon.
Is it too soon? You gotta laugh to keep from crying. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And in conclusion, I hate that there's a statute of limitations on that, and nothing can happen.
You know what?
But I hope
agree
that more and more continues to come out, as it will. At this point, he's done. He's gonna be done. And I hope that they find whatever they need to find to lock him up.
I hope. I mean, let's see, because he's dark skinned. Because, Chris Brown walking around like he ain't ever did nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy to me too.
That is crazy. He the only
People
one.
People in the comments was like, well, and I even replied, because I don't really be replying to comments, but I was like, what? Make that make sense. Well, Chris was just defending himself. What'd you say?
Against what?
That's a little crazy, bruh. Relax.
Did you see her face?
Chris Brown just is, it could be colorism. Because a lot of people think Chris Brown fine. A lot of girls still be like,
because I was like, how come Chris Brown?
And I still 100% confidently believe that if it's the right situation and the right one, Chris Brown would absolutely still clock a female in the face.
Probably goes back to the whole pride stuff. Because he feels like he's untouchable. So, yeah. Justice will ultimately be served, obviously. Greater is your reward. So he's stacking his reward that he's going to get while he's here. But I do hope that publicly something happens so people can be all like, yo, they're catching on and we're getting taken down. So let's be careful or not do it at all, because you can't get caught for something you ain't did.
Yeah. I will just say that he obviously crossed somebody, because all these things coming out against him, his protection is clearly dwindling. No more Illuminati for Diddy, allegedly. But
maybe that's why he's still not in jail right now. And it was like Puerto Rico, Wheels Up, or whatever he was when the stuff got raided. It's like, how convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So he maybe has still enough dirt on somebody. Dirty Money. Wasn't it called Diddy Dirty Money? Wasn't that the name of the group?
I don't remember.
You probably should have read that. That didn't age well. So, other stuff. Kirk Franklin. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Yes.
Kirk Franklin? Okay. I mean, because we grew up going to church, but you kind of. All right.
We did grow up going to church.
Kirk Franklin.
Extra. I could sing 5 Kirk Franklin songs right now. Don't play with me.
Only 5? Wow. A real Christian would be able to sing the whole discography.
Wow.
He was.
Don't label me.
He was twerking in Jamaica. I mean, I felt like he was twerking. You saw the video?
When he was flexing and being all extra on stage?
Yes. Yeah. What did you think?
And the choir was... I haven't watched Kirk Franklin perform, I feel like, in a long time. And I'm like, why is the choir so far back? Like, they were so far back and he was so far up.
They were like an afterthought.
And it's like, it's not even like he's singing a lead or like he was just up there.
Yeah, every Sunday he was out flexing, like, yeah.
Right. And hopping around,
hallelujah,
dancing like Usher. And I was just
he was all like, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus.
All sweaty. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't even pretend to be directing. Like, what is happening?
Hey. Was I like?
It wasn't
Uncle Kirk. Uncle Kirk.
Simmer down.
Did y'all give him? Who gave Uncle Kirk the punch?
Okay.
Uncle Kirk can't be drinking no punch.
Because he was doing the most. I was like, where is the choir at? Like, they were so far back.
I didn't even see a choir on stage. Maybe it was just a track. But it was an actual show.
Which would be even crazier.
When I saw
if he was up on stage jumping around to just a track. It'd be even crazier that they even paid for that. I understand he's Kirk Franklin, but you need the family. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah. Is it the family that's singing with him now?
Still? I don't know.
That was the Christmas album. All right. So.
Whatever his choir named. Whatever.
All right, so when I first saw it, I thought that it was like he showed up and then they were like, oh, come on stage. And he was just like, doing all that. But apparently it was like an actual Kirk Franklin gospel thing.
Yeah.
And people walked out because they were like, we didn't pay to see you gyrate, And in all honesty, I mean, he looks great. He's got less body fat on him than I do. Yeah, they were like, what the heck is this? We didn't come for this.
Some Christians can be
No.
So
Let me put perspective for you.
Dramatic.
Let me put perspective for you. You saw how he was looking, right? The pants was tight.
Yes.
Right? And the
Kirk
biceps.
Franklin's been dressing like that for a while now.
The biceps were bicepping, right?
Yes.
And it's okay to
Jamaica,
dress like that.
It's hot.
However, if you're going to be on stage, and if you're going to sing about Jesus at a place that's supposed to be about gospel music, where people are going probably to get some kind of form of Jesus, then let's be mindful, Kirk. He ain't no babe in Christ, right? The scripture is very clear. Modesty doesn't just go for women. It goes for men too. So you've been in the gym, you do all that stuff if you're just walking around, sure. But on stage, publicly, where everybody's going to be looking up at you, yeah. Let's make better decisions instead of being up there flexing and gyrating like, nah, bro.
I'm not saying he should have been doing all that. But for people to like walk out.
I can completely understand.
It's not like he was actually twerking. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Franklin did not actually like twerk. You know what I'm saying?
From what we saw on the clip.
He was just doing a lot.
We didn't see the whole show.
He was just doing a lot.
We didn't see the whole show.
It's not like Meg came out.
We didn't see the whole show.
It's not like Meg came out. It was like, get it, Kirk. Get it, Kirk.
He didn't need Meg to tell him to get it because he was already getting it. But here's what I'm going to say.
He was doing a lot.
Imagine if you were a woman or a gay man or you're just struggling with lust and you see this oiled up man that's got all these muscles everywhere on the stage. You're not expecting to see that when you go to a gospel concert. That's why I said if he was like just there and they were like, hey, come on stage. But if he was going to
So what do you think Kirk should have been wearing? Because you preach, you work out, you wear suits that are mediums. They be a little tight.
Because I've been in the gym.
Okay, but you can still see your muscles.
Thank you very much for saying that.
Oh. Okay, so the point is, like, we can't blame.
First off, it's not like I'm wearing a contour suit. That's just like shaped to my body. We can't blame
people. If a woman walked in the mall and she walked through naked and someone raped her, you can't be like, well, she shouldn't have been naked. No.
I feel like you're jumping
people
a little far.
I'm just giving an example, though.
I get what you're saying.
People have to control themselves, and that's what your relationship with God is, and all that is it's learning. Right, I don't think Kirk Franklin's outfit was too dressed. I feel like he's been dressing like that for a little minute now.
Yeah, that's not the issue. The issue is if you're going to be essentially in the pulpit, minister of music, that's your pulpit.
In Jamaica.
I get it.
But on the beach, probably.
He could have wore linen, the material that's like not super thick. You know, he ain't got to wear skin tight shorts.
And the way he was sweating, that linen would have been clinging right to his skin.
Was it sweat or was it baby oil? He got the safari coconut oil on him on that stage.
Bro was sweating buckets.
But back to what you were saying, when you said people being able to control themselves, they will leave because they can't control themselves. So that is a good reason.
Well, if that's why they were leaving, sure.
Because it's all like, bro, I can't take this. And I'm trying to keep my covenant that I made with God. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. I didn't pay to come to this concert. I would have went to the twerk off. That would have been better for me. But now I'm coming and I'm seeing Kirk twerk. I don't want to see no twerk Franklin. That's it. Watch it. Twerk Franklin on stage. Like
coming from the man who literally just had on a G-Unit wife beater that he was finna wear on his camera. Like, stop playing.
But it wasn't a podcast.
But I'm not at church. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But I'm not preaching right now.
And well, I mean, it could be argued that anytime I speak, I'm preaching. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? However, it's like nobody's forced to watch this. If I go to a concert, then I'm going to watch what's on stage. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, I wasn't expecting this. And I'm just saying he could have made a better decision, a more sober-minded decision. Let me be cognizant of what I'm wearing because I don't want to tempt anybody to lust or fall. And it's one thing saying, well, I'm free, it's my body. And it's like, that's true. But if you're prescribing to a gospel that says, let us be modest, let's not tempt our sisters or tempt our brothers to fall. So it's like, yeah, you can just have that on when you hop off stage. But if you're going to be on stage, if it is a little bit of discomfort, it's like when Paul was like,
he was super hot
if you can't eat meat, when you come over to my house and I'll eat something else, I don't want you to stumble. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, crack is really difficult for you, but I can just do a little bit and not struggle from it. But I'm gonna put the crack away when you come over because I don't want you to fall back into your habit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's how it should be.
Crack is whack.
If you subscribe to that way of living, and Kirk Franklin, that's part of his brand. You know what I mean? So of course he's gonna get all these little hate and stuff like that. And then people were talking about the show he was doing, and it's all like, I mean, I do feel like he's a little bit Hollywood, but I don't feel like
he's definitely gotten Hollywood over the years. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's who he's been. So I feel like at this point, if you're going to the concert, you should know what to expect. This isn't the same Kirk Franklin from the last time I listened to his music. You know what I mean?
But he had long hair and the mustache. Yeah, I was listening to 4 foot Kirk Franklin, not 4'1" Kirk Franklin. Basically. That's what she's saying. Like, but
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is. How long you been talking? How long was that?
It's 6:51.
I don't know when we started.
You know when we started, Mr. Show Clock?
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes ago. So, of course, come on, get out of here. So that's it. I guess that's a wrap on the first episode. Who's gonna listen?
Who's gonna listen?
Who's gonna watch?
All of us. You're gonna listen. You're gonna watch. You're gonna share. You're gonna support a Black business
and subscribe
and all the things. You know, and drop some. You know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. What do y'all think?
What do you think? What do you want us to talk about?
What you think about Kirk Franklin?
What you think about Diddy? Hopefully, majority of y'all got the right idea about that.
Nah, bro. People be all like, yeah, he said he's sorry.
Well, somebody was like, well, what did she do?
Get kicked in the head. Why she on the floor, bro? What are you talking about?
She tried to escape.
She was leaving in the elevator. And
like,
he ran down.
Up. Like, she was really trying to get out of there.
She was trying to escape. And he came and prevented that. Like, what did she do? You think, well, she did. Maybe she kicked him in the nuts and then ran out the door. Well, the situation de-escalated itself, if that's the case.
Right.
Like, you can't see people
be so wild.
People trying to look for excuses, but for anything. It's all like, bruh, stop trying to get a job. Stop trying to get hired by Diddy, bruh.
Because he ain't looking at these comments right now. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to the first episode. We'll see you on the next one. And should we say deuces?
With a Z, because we Z.
We're both Z.
But I was Z first.
I'm the better Z, so it's fine.
I'm going to edit it off for you.